Guys, I just finished filing my FBAR FinCEN Form 114. If you want to see how to fill it out, follow my video. I go through it step by step as I fill it out for the 2023 calendar year. So let's get started. Okay, let's go to fincen.gov and click over here, file your report now. And click here, BSA e-filing, and scroll down and you see it says file FBAR now. So if you're filing FBAR as an individual, you don't need to register an account with them. That's only for people that are CPAs, attorneys, enrolled agents that are filing FBARs on behalf of a client. So because of that, you don't need to do this PDF FBAR file, which is a real pain in the butt. So I highly recommend you use the File Online FBAR. So let's click on that. Okay, put your email address, confirm it, first name, last name, phone number. And it says the online FBAR does not allow you to save your progress during completion. So if you don't have all the information and you walk away for a certain amount of minutes, it might log you out and you'll have to start all over. So have all your info ready before you start this. But you will be able to get a copy of your filed FBAR electronically when you're finished. So let's click Start FBAR. So filing name, I recommend you put the calendar year you're filing for. So 2023 FBAR and your name or something like that as the file name. Now, if you're filing this late, they're asking you for a reason here to pick out one of these reasons and write some explanation. Now, the filing date is April 15th, but you automatically get an extension 6 months until October 15th without even having to file some kind of extension or something like that. So really, the filing date is October 15th, but I always prefer to get it out before April 15th. Okay, so let's start. This report is for calendar year ended 12/31/2023. If this is an amendment to a prior filing FBAR for the same calendar year, click on amended. In my case, it's not. So type of filer is individual. Now you would pick individual if you're also filing for your spouse, if you're married and you're filing for the two of you together. Taxpayer ID is your social security number, or if you have some kind of foreign identification. So if you do have foreign identification, put your passport or foreign TIN or some other kind of number that they recognize. After that, put your birth date here, last name, first name, address, whether it's in the US or in another country, it's irrelevant. It's wherever you are living. So it doesn't have to be in the US. And you see, because they even have country or region, so you can file this from any country if you need to. So this question 14A asks you if you have financial interest in 25 or more financial accounts. I click no. If you have to answer yes, then I think there is a bulk method of filing this that is beyond the scope of this video. And this is a similar question asking if you have signature authority over, but just not financial interest in 25 or more financial accounts. So if you're some kind of power of attorney or something like that in these accounts, you would click yes. In my case, it's no. Okay, so now we're at the part of separate or joint accounts. So if you're married, you would use this as well as if you're just single and filing for yourself as an individual. And so you fill this out. And if you have more than one account, after you fill this out, you click this plus and it gives you another one of these forms. So as many as you have, you keep clicking the plus to fill out all your accounts. Okay, so the first field, maximum account value. What this means is the high water mark that your account got to during the year. So if you had $10,000 in the account on January 1st of 2023, and you immediately took out, $9,999 and only had $1 left in the account for the whole rest of the year, it doesn't matter. The high watermark would be the highest amount that it got to, and that would be that $10,000. And here's another thing. Let's say you had two accounts, one with $5,000 in it and one with $1 in it, right, at the beginning of the year. If you took this account and took out $4,999 and moved it into the other account, you now have a high watermark in both accounts of now $5,000 for the year. So that means that you will have to file an FBAR, even though you didn't have more than $10,000 in your accounts. The high watermarks in each account get added up, and if those add up to 10,000 or more, you have to file the FBAR. So put the high watermark for the year in that account. Select what type of account it is, bank or securities or other, and then put the name of the bank, the account number, the address, the city, state, postal code, region. Once you do all that and you have more that you need to do, then click on this and you see you get another one right here, right? And if you have more than two, click on this again. Now you get another field to fill out. And if you did too many, you could just minus and it takes one away. So fill out all this information and then let's go down. Okay, so this is part 2. It's the separate/joint accounts. This part is for separate, meaning individuals' accounts, but there's a part down here for accounts owned jointly. And so that would be if you're married and you're filing for you and your husband or wife, you would fill out this part. So the difference between part 2, the owned separately accounts, and part 3, the accounts owned jointly, is that one, it asks for the number of joint owners and also the principal joint owner information. And so you would check this if it's an entity like a corporation or something like that. If not, leave that blank. And so you can put your name or your husband or wife's name in here as the principal or joint owner. Okay, after you filled out all of your accounts, whether individual or joint with a spouse, part 4 is only for where the filer has signature or other authority, but no financial interest in the accounts. So if this is like you are a lawyer with power of attorney over an account or something to that effect. And it's still the same basic information except for taxpayer ID and the filer's title with this owner. So part 5, you don't have to worry about also. It's for where the filer is filing a consolidated report, meaning if you have more than 25 accounts, you can sum them up and file a consolidated report. So leave this alone. Okay, so now we're at the signature information, and this is a little bit confusing here if you haven't done this before. So first of all, it says check this box if this report is completed by a third-party preparer and complete the third-party preparer section. So if you're paying like your CPA or an accountant to prepare this for you, he would check this box and say his name and whatever that he's preparing it for you. But since you're watching this video, you're probably preparing it for yourself, so you don't need to do any of this and you don't need to check this box. This is strange filer title. This doesn't mean like Mr. or Mrs. or Doctor or something like that. If you click on this box, you see it says filer title. If not reporting a personal account, enter the filer's title when the individual that is filing the FBAR has signature authority over the account or is authorized to file on behalf of a legal entity such as a corporation, which is shown as the filer. Leave item 45 blank if the filer is reporting as an individual because of a personal financial interest in the accounts, an individual filing because of a financial interest in his individual accounts is filing as an individual. Very confusing, isn't it? So basically, if you are like the CFO of a corporation or something and you're filing this for them, you would put your title CFO of the corporation or something like that. But in this case, if you're an individual, you don't need to do that. And the weird thing is, it says, please return to the home tab to sign the report. So there's nothing for you to sign here. You have to scroll down and say, go back to home/sign form. So let's click on that. And it brings you back up here where it says sign the form, remove signature, or submit. So I'm going to click sign the form. And I have an error, 3A, TIN type is required. Okay, so I left out the TIN type, which you should choose an EIN or a social security number /ITIN. So I pick social security number. Let me go back up to that top and hit that sign button. Okay, so here we are again. I'm going to click the sign form. Hopefully there's no other errors. I acknowledge that I'm electronically signing the BSA report. Okay. Now, it doesn't really tell you anything here. It doesn't indicate that you signed it in any way that I see. Let me go down to the bottom and see if it shows some kind of signature. Okay, so if you go back down to the bottom, now it says in line 44, form is signed and the date of the signature is automatically populated. So this is proof that you signed it. So now go back up to where we just were and let's hit submit. Okay, let's hit submit. Okay, confirmation, we have received your submission. Click below to download a copy of your FBAR. I highly recommend you do that and keep that in your records. And it even says you're supposed to keep it for 5 years. Now, if I were you, I would keep it indefinitely. It doesn't cost any extra to just keep it in a flash drive or something like that because you never know. And it says, please confirm the following information and return this page for your records. You will receive an email notification shortly regarding status of your submission. So it gives you a tracking ID number, a received date and time, submission type, your name, your email, your phone number. So I recommend getting a screenshot of this whole page and also downloading a copy of the FBAR and doing a screenshot of when you get the email confirmation that your FBAR was received and accepted. So every year I do all 3 of those. So let's do download the copy of my FBAR. So I also took a screenshot of this whole thing. And like I said, when you get the email confirmation that it has been received and accepted, I will also do a screenshot of that and put them all away in one folder saying, 2023 calendar year FBAR. And so you have kind of 3 pieces of proof that you filed it. So I hope this video helped you to file your own FBAR and see what's involved and save a little money from your CPA. But I really do this not to save money, but to make sure that the information is correct so that they don't come back later on and try to fine me or something like that for missing a few numbers or something along those lines. So I hope after watching this video, you're able to fill out your own FBAR form so you don't have to pay extra money to your accountant. And if you're still a little confused on who has to file an FBAR or how the high watermark works, I explain them more in detail in my previous videos from 2022 and 2023. You can see here above. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.